Morning, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. I have a new name for Cyril Ramaphosa, and that is Hippo Eyes. And when you watch this video that follows this intro, you'll see exactly why. So now Cyril Ramaphosa is going to be called Hippo Eyes. And in this little speech he gives in Parliament, he tries to explain why new investors in South Africa will not be rorted of their assets if they dare invest here, while historical investors will be rorted of their investments. It doesn't look like a very safe situation for any investor to come to South Africa. In fact, I wouldn't invest a brass razoo in South Africa. And he also talks about nationalizing the South African bank so that the black African leaders can get their snouts even deeper in the trough. But of course he doesn't mention that. Now, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm sure at our next trip to Davos after the 8th of May, the Minister of Finance could find a role for former presidents who come with us. So
Dream on.
But you know, Mr. President, there is something that does confuse me. You go to Davos, you tell the people of South Africa that... Sorry, Speaker.
Order. Allow the Honorable, the Leader of the Opposition, to proceed with his supplementary question.
Yeah. When you go to Davos, you tell the people that you will expropriate land without compensation within the constitutional framework. You come back home and those who are not in Team SA but are in Team ANC say, no, we're going to expropriate without compensation and amend the constitution. You go to Davos, you tell the people there that in fact, no, you are not going to nationalize the Reserve Bank, you are not going to nationalize mine, yet members in your own cabinet come out and they make contradictory statements. Now, Mr. President, I'm sure you and I would agree that if we're going to grow the economy of our country, we have to give policy certainty. What really does confuse me is who directs policy. Even your greatest cheerleaders are starting to go, who's in charge? Can you help us understand these contradictions as to what is your government's policy on nationalization of the Reserve Bank, nationalization of land? Can you clarify it so that people can come and invest in South Africa? Thank you very much.
The Honorable the President.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Maimane. The issue of the expropriation of land without compensation, the ANC is very clear on it. There's just no question about it. What I have said to investors, which is absolutely correct thing to say, is that we want you to come and invest. And as you come and invest, we are not going to be expropriating your investments. We are not going to do that, because we cannot invite you to come and invest to let us grow our economy, and at the same time we then say we are now going to expropriate your investment. It doesn't make sense. But what we have said, that there is land in our country that was stolen from the people of our people of our country. And that land, yes, our people were dispossessed of their land, and yes, some of the land was stolen, yes, and there is land hunger out there. That message we've made very clear. And Honorable Maimane, the people who we interact with have gone beyond where you are now. They've gone way beyond. They've gone beyond because they understand fully what our intent is as the African National Congress. They are very clear that there is historical injustice, and because they also are people who would like to see justice promoted. They see that as a historical justice that needs to be addressed. Now, the question is, how are we going to do it? And when are we going to do it? And that is a process that we are now working through the constitutional amendment, as well as through the amended expropriation bill. And all those are processes that are following what we've said precisely. We are going to do everything within the rule of law, within the precepts of our Constitution, and all that will follow its own program and its own time. The issue of the Reserve Bank, the governing party has taken a very clear resolution. A clear resolution that says the Reserve Bank of our country should be owned by the people of South Africa. That is an important consideration. Now, what do we have? We have a situation where we've got external shareholders who live in various countries in the world and so forth. Now, so that you must never think that the ANC is smoking something. This has been done by a number of countries in the world. There are some 6 countries only in the world that are still having external shareholding in their central banks. South Africa is one of them. The United Kingdom used to have external shareholders in the 40s. They realized that in order to advance a whole number of things, including their economy, that actually the central bank should be wholly owned by the people of the United Kingdom. They went ahead and bought out the external shareholders. They bought them out in the 40s or so, and today the Bank of England is wholly owned by the state of the United Kingdom. Now, the same thing obtains in a number of countries. Now, I don't want you to deceive South Africans and think that this ANC wants to go ahead with a mad program. This is the done thing around the world. This is the done thing. Now, what does that give us? What that will give us, it will give us sovereignty. It will confirm our sovereignty. The central bank, is one of those most important institutions in the life of any country. And that is what the ANC resolved should be done. Now, obviously, we've got to go through processes. We've got that decision is there, and it's got to be implemented. And we are going to go through a process of seeing how best that decision is implemented. And that is the position. There is no hidden agenda. There is no Manga Manga business. There is just nothing. That is precisely what the ANC is trying to do.